What if the biggest cover-up in hip-hop history just cracked wide open? Jamie Foxx actor icon suddenly vanished, then reappeared weaker, changed now. A bodyguard just told a courtroom.
Well, I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
Because Jamie was filming what he wasn't supposed to at parties, no one dares to describe. And when the tapes were mentioned Diddy lost, it was Jamie hiding a tape that could take Diddy down forever. This isn't a rumor. It's sworn testimony. This isn't a party. This is a cover-up unraveling. You're about to see what they didn't want you to know. Baby oil, more than 1,000.
Baby oil, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
How's it like? I was in that tunnel though. It was hot in that tunnel.
Diddy just lost it in court. And this time, it wasn't over Cassie tapes or lawsuits. It was over Jamie Foxx, according to shocking testimony from Diddy's former bodyguard big homie. Sissy, the music mogul, allegedly tried to poison Jamie Foxx. Yes, you heard that right. This claim didn't just come out of nowhere. Big homie has been dropping hints for months across podcast interviews and live streams, but now he's saying it under oath. I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx.
I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
The courtroom was stunned. Diddy reportedly snapped during the session, banging the table. Visibly angry security had to step in, and the internet exploded. People aren't buying the stroke explanation for Jaime's mysterious health scare. They've suspected something was off from the beginning. So what's the motive? Well, here's where it gets even darker. Jamie Foxx has openly talked about filming Diddy's parties, the infamous freak-offs that everyone in Hollywood seems to know about, but nobody dares to describe. He's even joked about them on stage. But according to court speculation, Jamie may have recorded something he wasn't supposed to.
One day I flipped it on him and showed up in it was town car days. I had a town car. Popped out the town car with a camera. Said, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy. He was like, yo, let him through. And I'm like, all right, I'm through. And I had the big Canon camera. It wasn't like this.
Sure, yeah.
So I had the big Canon camera with the light and the battery. Yo, do that again, Puff.
I mean, why would Diddy want to poison Jamie Foxx?
If you know that you have, well, just to give some insight to people watching, when you come under federal investigation, they send you a target letter. You know, you get informed that you're being investigated. So if you wanted to tie up loose ends and you were concerned that people that you knew could incriminate you, you may have interest in eliminating them. We've seen this all throughout history.
But here's where things get serious. There's now speculation that Jamie accidentally captured something he wasn't supposed to, a guest in act, or maybe even Diddy himself doing something criminal. And once Diddy found out the theory goes, he panicked. It's not just fan speculation either. Big homie Cease's testimony lines up with the timeline. Jaime's sudden disappearance, the cryptic health scare, and the industry silence that followed. People now believe the stroke narrative was a cover for something more sinister. And if Jamie does have that footage, it could not only explain why he allegedly became a target, but why he's been so careful since returning to the public eye.
Playboy, this party's $1.5 million. I said, like, for what? I mean, what are you saying? He said, it costs $1.5 million to throw this party. I said, Puff, oh my God, I love it. The party's amazing. Yes, the mayor is here and everything. I said, but that's too much money. I said, you come to my place in LA, I'll throw you a party for $400 that will rival this party. And he got a little mad because, you know, he was like, yo, no, I'm known for this shit. Don't front.
Then came the Netflix special. Jamie made a joke about leaving Diddy's parties early. I left those parties by 9 o'clock. The room laughed. But if you've been following the case, that joke hit different. People now see it as his way of distancing himself publicly without saying too much.
I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. You know, I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with now, you know, by being quiet, sometimes things, you know, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. And then, you know, somebody was talking about I'm clone. Well, check this out. Just kidding. Not clone, man, but I'm here on Earth because of some great people. I'm here on Earth because of...
Then came the Netflix special. Jamie made a joke about leaving Diddy's parties early. I left those parties by 9 o'clock. The room laughed. But if you've been following the case, that joke hit different. People now see it as his way of distancing himself publicly without saying too much.
Hey buddy, you looking great. Hey, I have a question for you about this whole P. Diddy thing. About the rumors that just online are just crazy. I was wondering if you could just clear it up for the fans and...
God bless you.
How are you feeling though?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better.
Is the poisoning rumors true or not? I know it's kind of crazy, right?
It's not just the humor that's raising eyebrows, it's the pattern celebs who showed up to Diddy's parties are now claiming they left before things got weird. But fans are asking if they knew the vibes were off, why did they keep going back?
People that never bad shit. Bad that ain't turkey. Ask my boy what happened. Give it a it was gone for 20 days. I live in the bleeding.
Wow.
So they told me I'm in Atlanta. They told me my sister and my daughter took me to the first doctor. Out of quality couldn't have use. They reported to the track because ex-doctor said, something going on up there. I won't say it on camera, called said. I won't say everything's like stop. It was hurt.
Jaguar Wright even hinted that Jamie didn't just attend those parties, he hosted some himself, if true that puts Jamie in a much more complicated position, victim witness or something more.
And that said that Puffy tried to kill me. I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
Male, and let's not forget Jamie himself once said he invited Diddy to his events.
I've been to probably everyone. I've been to every Puff party. I've been to every white party since 2009. I've been to every party. But as far as the freak-offs, I don't know about that. I just...
Cassie also revealed how Diddy used manipulation to force her into disturbing situations. She said she once thought she had a voice, that she could say no, but over time that power disappeared. She described being pushed into Diddy's infamous freak-offs, saying she agreed out of fear, not choice was. There ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Comey and I really did love him. In one heartbreaking message shared in court, Cassie told Diddy that one of the freak-offs made her feel dirty and grimy. She said that after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She also testified that Diddy tracked her phone, controlled her outfits, and even decided what she could post online. It wasn't just emotional manipulation. It was surveillance-level control.
Jamie done a lot. The naked basketball games that he hosted. I mean, everybody knew. And there's no point in me hiding it now because his fate has been sealed, whatever it may be. But everybody knew if you went to a party at Jamie's house that at midnight, the witching hour began. And basically he would have a party and everybody would be in there. But at 12 o'clock, the women would start to take off their clothes and you would have to guess if you were with a cisgender woman or a transgender woman. So some of these dudes, they already been making out with these chicks, you know, they already been doing all kinds of stuff. And then the clothes come off and you figure out whether or not you got a chick or a chick with a dick. That was a standard. Or the night that another male.
Cassie also revealed how Diddy used manipulation to force her into disturbing situations. She said she once thought she had a voice, that she could say no, but over time that power disappeared. She described being pushed into Diddy's infamous freak-offs, saying she agreed out of fear, not choice was. There ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Comey and I really did love him. In one heartbreaking message shared in court, Cassie told Diddy that one of the freak-offs made her feel dirty and grimy. She said that after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She also testified that Diddy tracked her phone, controlled her outfits, and even decided what she could post online. It wasn't just emotional manipulation. It was surveillance-level control.
That will rival this party. And he got pissed at me. He said, yo, don't play with me. Yo, I am. I'm Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, no, I'm not. I respect you. But in L.A., I'm known for throwing like these cool little parties. So he came to L.A. in my modest little home. He showed up. Well, he called like Saturday morning. Yo, Playboy, I'm in town. Make it happen. I said, cool. So I went into my little phones, called about 200 of the coolest people. They all came to my house. Puff showed up with, you know, SUVs and FBI. It was just, you know, it was crazy. And, you know, because it was, you know, Puff was always sort of dangerous, you know, so he had all kinds of people following. So he gets out and he comes to my house and he said, oh, that's the girl on that show and that's the guy on that show. And I said, yeah, we're all friends. We all hang out. He said, oh, man.
Cassie wasn't a lone former Danny Kane singer, and Richard also testified backing Cassie's story and saying she'd witnessed Diddy's violence firsthand. At this point, Diddy's reputation wasn't just bruised, it was collapsing. The mogul image, the business empire, the music, icon status, all of it was fading under the weight of the abuse, the manipulation, and now with the Jamie Foxx claims of possible criminal conspiracy. If this trial started as a scandal, it's turning into a full-blown criminal case, because after Big Homie Cease accused Diddy of trying to poison Jamie Foxx, and after Cassie and others painted a clear picture of abuse, the internet isn't just outrage, they're calling it what it might be: attempted murder, just as insiders like Jaguar Wright began warning that big names might go missing before they ever make it to court. The public is paying attention, and they're asking the hard questions. If Cassie, Don, Richard, and others are coming forward, where's Jaime's full statement? What was Diddy really trying to cover up? And is this the case that finally takes a music mogul down, not for what he did on stage, but for what he did behind closed doors? Because if prosecutors can connect the dots, and if they believe Diddy tried to eliminate a witness, then we're not talking lawsuits anymore, we're talking charges. So now the question is simple, but serious: do you believe it? Do you think Diddy really tried to eliminate Jamie Foxx to cover up what was filmed at those freak-off parties? Drop your take below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the updates they don't want on mainstream news. See you next time.